Good morning, guys. Kara here with Kinsley's Creative Palette. We are gearing up, where did I just put it? For our Scarecrow workshop next week. Oh, there it is. And we will be painting this adorable guy next week. We're also going to assemble our template. We're going to learn to use our jigsaw. We're going to find out all the tools that you need and how to use them. So I'm super excited. Again, this is our Scarecrow. I hope you will join me. So let's talk real quick about what tools you're going to need. If you are cutting your own sign, which I'm challenging you to do, you're going to need a jigsaw. You're going to need a sanding block. You will need, I'm trying to think of what else. If you want to drill holes for wire, see how I have wire in here? You're going to need a drill. If you want to embellish, hey Ginger, welcome. If you want to embellish like I did, I think I found these flowers at Dollar Tree. And then I have some burlap ribbon back here. And then you're going to need, yay, Shannon, I love it. And then you're going to need paint, obviously. You can look at the board and tell pretty much what paint colors you're going to need. But brown, Harvest Gold, or King's Gold, or Harvest Yellow, something along those lines. I have a bright orange. I have a green. This is a, gosh, I don't even know what color. I'm drawing a blank right now on colors. Anyway, you need a green this color. And black. Did I already say black? And then you need white. And you can see this is kind of a cream color. I can show y'all how to mix that so you don't also have to buy cream. Now for his face, I did this in a, I think it's called apricot. Well, just look at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, wherever you're going to buy your paint, and find something that's flesh tone. So I don't think I have my flesh tone over here. This works pretty well. This one is called Sun-Kissed Peach. So that works pretty well. Sometimes you have to add a little bit of white to it, or khaki or something. So this is what we're painting next week. And guys, full disclosure, some of you are going to get hooked and you're going to want to paint more and more and more. And we will be opening our private group on the 23rd for some of you to join us. So start thinking about, like, if you fall in love with this, start thinking about possibly joining us after the challenge. And we have a super fun group of ladies that we paint with every month. All right, so I'm going to start mixing my paint. I know I always tell y'all, but I store my paint in this so I can roll it out of the way whenever I'm not using it. What colors do I need? I need orange. I need brown. Orange and brown. I need white. Have that. I have a big bottle of white. It's addictive, be prepared. Yes, it is addictive. And I just videoed, so I was gonna do everything live next week, but on Tuesday, we are cutting. And y'all know I'm a mom first. And my son's school, they have picture day on Tuesday. And so I recorded that today. And I'm going to do a watch party on Tuesday and then jump in and answer your questions. Okay, what other colors do I need? I have this really fun, oh, here's one. Let's use one of these. Let's see. Okay, let's try these. I think I want this one. So we're going to do a watch party next week. I did a watch party this week. It was a trial. I had never done it before. And Facebook offered it, and I thought, well, shoot, why not? Let's see what it's about. And so basically, I will just let y'all know when it's going live, and I'll schedule that video to be posted. And then y'all can ask all the questions. You can ask all the questions, and I will come back and answer them whenever I get done at school. So, hey, Valerie, welcome. All right, so I create my own patterns. And if you're wanting to do the Scarecrow with us, it is a free pattern. Click on the cover image at the top, or the learn more, or I think that's what it says, under the cover image on my Facebook page, and you will find the pattern. And that's for the Scarecrow. Now this one, I don't have in my shop. I need to get it in my shop because I get asked for it all the time. But this one is a reversible. This side is a snowman, and then I'm painting pumpkins on this side. And I realize y'all can't see the whole thing. I'm sorry about that. It's just technology. So let me grab, I need green. Maybe a fun green. That's too dark. Go with this one. I like lighten it up. I just realized that my chevron pattern is next door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the backgrounds, and then I'll have to go back and get my chevron pattern. Okay, so I've got white in here. I did a big squirt of white, and I'm going to do a tiny squirt of brown. And what that's going to do is that's going to make the perfect cream. At least I think it's the perfect cream. Oh, guys, I gotta sneeze. One more. Sorry. Gosh, I feel like I need to sneeze again. All right, friends. So I'm gonna get my big brush. I've got my brushes are in the water from when I painted with y'all last week. I did wash them out. Thank you, Ginger. I did wash them out, but I didn't dry them. So in order to dry them, I just go back and forth with my microfiber towel. Guys, these are the best. I wash them like all the time, and they just get better and better. You just can't put a dryer sheet in with them. All right, so I'm gonna use the back end of my paintbrush, and this is a little skinny paintbrush, to mix this. Now, I will tell you guys, when you are mixing your off-white, it will look pink. It's gonna look pink, and that's okay. You are totally welcome to sketch on your board before you paint. If you do that, I highly recommend that you use colored pencils so that they don't smudge. But I'm not gonna paint, or I'm not gonna do that first. I'm gonna wing it today. So I'm gonna use this big brush. I love these big brushes, and I'm just gonna slap some paint on this middle. This is where my cream colored pumpkin is gonna go. I'm not really worried about the sides. They are already kind of painted white from the other side. If you're just joining us, this is a reversible pumpkin snowman that I am painting today. And get this down so you can see. I'm just using my paintbrush, and I'm kind of making a, I don't know. You see that right there? I just kind of made a divot. Now down here, it's going to be the same way because there's going to be another pumpkin. So I don't need to worry about shaping that rounded at the bottom, because you're going to see another pumpkin. So I am actually making that same shape at the bottom as I did the top. Now friends, I'm not going to be able to stay on and paint the whole thing today, but I will do as much as I can before I have to jump off. Okay, so I got that first coat on. Now I need to mix my pumpkin orange. I don't have any pumpkin orange over here with me, so I'm just going to have to kind of make it. So I'm going to take regular orange, and this literally just says orange. I do a big squirt. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get some brown. Ginger, when we talk at 1 o'clock, we're going to talk about that. So Ginger and I have a call this afternoon. She's going to bless me with her time. And I'm so appreciative of her entertaining my craziness. All right, so I am just mixing some brown in. Hello, Beverly. And I'm just mixing some brown into that orange. You can do it however you want to, guys. Remember, when you're doing this, like, this is your painting. It does not need to look like mine. This is your painting. Make it like you want it. If you like bright orange for your pumpkins, make them bright orange. If you like a darker orange, make them darker orange. Now, I did not wash my brush. I am just going straight in because, here's the reason. Orange is a very translucent color, and I like when I'm working with a translucent color to mix white in. So since I already had this off-white in my brush, my first coat of this paint is going to automatically have white in it. So I'm just doing the same thing I did for that middle pumpkin. I'm just bringing it, guys, it kind of looks like a booty. I didn't want to say that, but it kind of does. Yes, orange is hard, red is hard, yellow is hard, and sometimes even blue can be hard. Those are the colors that I primarily mix white with, my first coat. Oh, I was seeing something on there, and it looked like it was an imperfection where I was painting, and so, but it's like the comments, it's like the, anyway. So I was like, what am I missing? All right, so this dries pretty fast, so I'm already kind of touching it back up, but one of the rules with acrylics, yes, it's a hard, oh my gosh, yes, but it does kind of look like a booty, don't you think? Oh, Ginger, you have to love me. I mean, you don't have to, but it would be really awesome if you did. Okay, so I'm going to paint this top part. I just split my board around so you guys could see. Now, you will notice this board had massive imperfections. And I will tell you the reason that I decided to paint this side, even though it had massive imperfections, is number one, they're never going to be perfect. You are dealing with raw materials and they're never going to be perfect. But also, someone purchased my sample from the studio last week, and so I needed another one. Ginger, is your husband listening? Is he listening to this craziness? I hope not. I hope not, because I just embarrassed myself if so. It's one thing for you ladies, but it's another thing, like, our husbands don't get it. They don't get our humor. And hi, Kimberly. All right, guys, I am getting a little bit of paint on my wire because I didn't take my wire off. You would normally have your wire off if you were painting the other side. I'm just winging it. All right, so getting all this on there. As soon as I do this coat up top, I'm going to see if I need to blow dry. And if I don't, I'm going to go straight back into painting more orange on the bottom. No. Pamela, thank you for asking. But no, I don't have a cold. So what I did is I just walked outside and cut signs and recorded our video for Tuesday. And something is in the air, and every single time I walk outside, I get like this. So I'm fine unless I go outside. So I just came in. That's why I'm all sniffly, so I apologize. Nothing sounds worse than listening to somebody that's all sniffly. But I take, when I was little, like middle school, my mom had me allergy tested because oh man, my allergies have always been so bad. I know. Well, no, it's not sawdust, Ginger. It literally, there's something blooming because when I go to football practice, like that's the hardest 2 hours of every evening because I'm so sick when I get home. So it's not just the sawdust. Normally the sawdust doesn't really bother me, but yeah, I still should wear a mask. No, don't feel bad for me, Pamela. I'm fine. You know what? There are people in so much worse shape than me. So anyway, sorry you have to listen to it. But yeah, that's what it is. I walked outside. Kimberly, I need someone to hold my feet to the fire. And, oh, I was telling y'all about my allergy test. Anyway, I need someone to hold my feet to the fire and get me to upload this template onto my website because it's one I get asked for at least once a week and I just have not uploaded it. So please, somebody message me, and if I don't get it up in the next couple days, message me again. And whoever gets me to get it up there, whoever's the last person to message me before that template goes up, I might send it to you. I might. But you have to promise to paint it. Okay, goldenrod is blooming. That's probably what it is then. Sounds so pretty though. I mean, goldenrod, why would it make me sick? Okay, so I'm gonna paint some more orange. It's really hard for me to show you this, but you can see that second coat covers so much better than the first. But part of the reason is I still had some of that white in my brush. All right. In front, back up. Whoops. I forgot to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. Let me do that. So, but with that white in your brush, you will get much better coverage than just having the orange. Just saying. Are we still good? Can somebody tell me if y'all can still hear me and see me? So as Ginger says, you're gonna paint it like a heart. So it's like 3 hearts right now. Okay, I saw a like, so I think we're still good. All right, I'm gonna wash this brush. Thank you, Gail. Okay, ladies, gotta go and send prayer, catch up with you. Have a blessed day. You too, Ginger. Okay, so I am gonna dry my brush. Guys, did y'all see that? I didn't show y'all. I just push down in there because I want to get all of the paint out. I don't want any to be left up here. Okay? Mary! Me too. Okay, so back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm putting my bristles back in order because I just messed them up. All right, ready? Now I'm going to use this brush again. And I'm going to paint another coat of this white. Now, I am going to show y'all this because it's pretty phenomenal. You want to see how much better that second coat looks. Look at that. I mean, it's like a night and day difference. Well, hello, Crafty Cookie. Now, this does, one thing I will tell you is if you can ever get away with off-white instead of white, you're always going to get better coverage. Because when you add that little bit of brown in there, just that little bit of brown is all it takes, you get so much better coverage. Good morning, Christy. Hi, friend. Christy is my friend over at the Social Easel. She is an amazing artist, guys. I was in her paid group for a while as a stress relief. Like, it was my happy time to learn some new stuff, and she's an amazing artist. So check out Christy, my friend. She went with me to Canada a couple weeks ago, and we had a blast. Okay, so that is pretty much covered. I've got one little spot right there that I cannot get with this brush. Well, I guess I can. Let me turn it sideways. Let me get it this way. Love the pumpkins. Good morning. Miss you too, Christy. Chaz, did I say it right? Okay, I'm gonna wipe. Okay, do y'all see what I'm doing? I know it's hard to see. Okay, so I have this board that I keep under. It's like on my table. Yeah, my table still gets a little bit messed up because my daughter and I love to craft in here. But I just literally, when I'm trying to get the paint out of my brush, back and forth. Like, that's why there's so much paint on here. So if you ever need to get some paint out of your brush, it's really good to have some type of board underneath. This is like a really thin piece of MDF. It came in some shipping package, and I actually have 2 of them. Let me show you the back. This is the back, and it's rigid, but the front is not rigid. So that's what I used. Anyway, hopefully, if you, sugar skulls. Ah! Crap, I want to see your sugar skulls. Hey, Rebecca. Okay, so guys, all of you that are commenting, it cracks me up because y'all are all such amazing artists, and I love watching all of you. So it's always like so humbling that you would join and hang out with me because y'all are amazing. So just saying, I think y'all are all pretty amazing. Now, I do need to be very careful because the other side is painted. So where I just slapped some paint on here, I've got to be careful. Normally, I don't worry about it at all. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my orange. It's almost dry. Oh, Sissy, what's wrong with your fur baby? Hopefully he or she's okay. Going back into my orange, but I need more. So let's mix some more orange. I'm doing straight orange with a touch of brown. So lots of orange. See, lots of orange. And then this is espresso brown. And I'm just mixing with the back end of a paintbrush. And people ask me, like I see at the studio a lot, people will go to mix paint and they use the actual brush tips. But guys, like you really don't need to. Like then you have to clean your brush. If you do it this way, watch how quickly this wipes off. So I got most of it off just right there. And then the rest of it, I'm just gonna go like this and it's gonna come off. Mary, I use Tri-Ply from Home Depot. I know some other crafters use Revolution Ply from Lowe's. I think it's about the same thing. I used Revolution Ply when I first started, but I didn't like it as much as I like Tri-Ply. This was a piece of Revolution Ply. You can see the back of it. It's real thin. It's only about probably 1/8 of an inch and then sanded down. I will be going over all of that next week, but if you need to go get your boards, you want to, okay, let me back up. You can buy Tri-Ply in small sheets, like 4-foot sheets. I buy the 8-foot sheet and I have them cut it down for me. And let me show you, let me find a paper so I can show you how I have them cut it for me, because this will save you a lot of money and it's so much more cost effective. Oh, I already have it drawn. All right, so it's hard to see, but you see straight across and then down. And then I do 2 signs on each piece. So out of 1 piece of Tri-Ply, I'm getting 6 signs. So it's very cost effective if you do it this way. Now I will say that anyone who orders from me starting probably in the next month, I will be shipping MDF, because that can be cut on a laser cutter a lot more consistently. And I'm gonna get a huge influx of MDF. It's just let me show y'all. So I got this at Southern Adornments at her live event. This is MDF. It's a wood product, and this actually has the lines etched into it, which is kind of fun. But this is MDF. That's another good product to cut your signs out of. Everybody just kind of has their own personal preference as to what they like and use. So I use Tri-Ply from Home Depot. Alright, so I'm just painting some more coats of paint on here. And happy to answer your questions. So next week, if you're painting with us, the things that you're going to need, let's go through that list again. If you're going to cut, you need a jigsaw or a scroll saw. I prefer a jigsaw. You need, and would it be easier for y'all if I put all of these things with links on one page on my website so that you would know and you could get ready for next week, and then I could email that out to y'all? Would that be easy for you or better? That way you're not having to sit here while I'm talking and frantically write. You're welcome, Valerie. You'll let me know if that would be beneficial, and if so, I will make it happen. Tri-Ply is made different now than 6 months ago. Oh, really? You know, that's interesting. I may have to look at going back to Revolution Ply. Now, why did they say it's different? What's different about it? Yes, please, Valerie says. Okay. I'm going to do that for y'all. That will be today or tomorrow, hopefully, and get that out. Okay, guys, so y'all know I come live and I give away lots and lots of information. If you ever want to support my business, but you're not like a paying member, I would love it if you would shop my Amazon affiliate shop, and I will put that link in the comments. All of my favorite products are there, and like the saw that I use and all of that came from Amazon. And so if you ever want to keep me in business, that's a great way that you don't have to be a paying member, but you can still help support my videos. So I will put that link in the comments later on. Oh, another thing that you might want, it's not necessary, but the Posca paint pens, I order those from Amazon. Some people's Joann's have them, but you might want one of those for next week. If not, we can totally do all of it with a paintbrush. In fact, I did not have a Posca pen when I made my scarecrow originally, but they just make life so much easier. All right, let's get that coat on. I think this white's gonna need one more coat. Okay, so if you're just joining, I'm using white and orange right now. I'm painting pumpkins on the back side of a snowman. So to make my off-white and my pumpkin orange, I'm using regular white and regular orange, and I'm adding just a dot of brown into that, and then I'm mixing it with the back end of a paintbrush. I think I'm going to do one more coat of orange before I do the embellishments and all my detail work. Okay, so back of the paintbrush goes right back into my cup. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more white paint. All right, friends, when you add wet paint to wet paint, it blends. So if it's not dry, you're not going to get that second coat. You're going to blend your colors. So I'm trying to only do the areas that are already pretty dry. Then I don't think I'm going to have to go back over that again. Okay, so let's do some more orange. I have switched to this brush. I would love to tell you what size it is, but I've left it in the water so long it doesn't have words on it anymore. But it's just a flat brush. Let me show you the difference in these two. Let's see. So this is a flat brush. This is a flat brush. And my third favorite brush, these are my two faves. This is my third fave. Is another flat brush. See these three sizes? I love having all three of these in my cup. All three of them. But I'm going to switch to this smaller one. And I'm going to put another coat of orange. Now I'm doing this very lightly so that the paint will sit on top of the other instead of mixing in, because I am still a little bit damp. Alright, so y'all need me to make this template and put up that page on my website. Is that right? Those are the two things I need to do for y'all today. Thank you so much. I appreciate the share. We're not supposed to ask for those because we get in trouble. So I don't usually ask, but it's always so appreciated if you share the videos. Share the love. All right, guys. So I've got my base coats. My blow dryer is not plugged in. Let's see. I took my power cord somewhere, so I'm gonna have to just do this until it's dry. Then I'm gonna show you guys how to make your polka dots, and I will have to save my chevron until I go back to the studio and grab my template. I have a piece of wood that I just cut on a laser cutter, that chevron, and so that's what I use usually. You can also use cardstock. There is, oh gosh, what's it called? Poster board is really good to make templates out of. So that then you could just set it down and draw it real quick. There's so many ways. Okay. I can't put any paint on this until I get this a little bit more dry. I'm going to switch to this small brush, and it's not super small. We're going to make our polka dots on the top part of our pumpkin. So I'm going to dry this a little bit more. Hello. Gail, good morning. Thank you. You're so sweet. If you haven't already signed up, sign up for the Scarecrow Challenge. It starts next Monday. We will be creating this. It is a free workshop. It is my last free workshop of the year. I will be, fourth quarter is crazy busy for crafters. You know this. And so I won't be painting live as much. And so that's going to be our last free project of the year. So come and check it out. All right, I'm going to go off the board for my first polka dot. I am not dry enough. I'm still getting a lot of orange underneath. So I need to let this dry a little bit more. But I'm stubborn. This is how I make polka dots. Some people like to use these thingy bobbers. Let me buy one. Well, I was going to show you those like spongy things. Oh, there it is. Some people use these, but I can't stand them. So this is how I make polka dots. All right, so I'm going to get this first coat of paint on, and then I'm going to come back and I will do them again. Let's see. And there. All right, that should be good. Oh, yeah, that's going to cover it up. All right, so those will need more coats because obviously I can see the orange through, and I don't really want that. I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to start working on my stems down here. So I'm going to use straight brown. And another flat brush. This one is smaller. And then I'm going to just paint my stems on. This paint's still too wet. I'm going to have to go get my blow dryer cord so that I can blow dry. Otherwise, this paint is not sticking. Well, it is, but it's showing through. Alright, so I got those two stems drawn on. Go in different directions. I'm going to make this one just a tad bit wider. Now I'm going to make some leaves. I want an angled brush for this, so let me find one. well, shoot. I can't find one I like, so I'm going to go to another flat brush. Then I'm going to get some green. I don't have the green here that I really want, so I'm going to mix a Kelly green, like a true green. This one's called Festive. I'm going to mix Festive with this light avocado. That's the color I was trying to think of earlier. Like a kiwi or an avocado color would be good for the dots on the scarecrow. Uh-oh, what was that? Did I see that? I don't know what that was. Alright, so I'm mixing these two colors together and we're going to see what we come up with. I may hate it, and if so, I'll start over. No, I like it. Okay, I see that color. Alright, it has just a kind of a brown undertone to it. I really like it. Okay, so let's do some leaves. They don't have to be perfect. I'm just drawing them in here. And let's do some up here. These I'm gonna do one going down. And then one like that. Alright, so that's, I did 3 leaves on there. But I'm going to have to go back over them when this paint dries. And then at the top, I do have a polka dot up there that I'm going to have to go around. But I do still want leaves, even though I'm going to have a bow up here. So at least one. Then I'm going to switch to a smaller brush. Let's see if I can find one. Oh, I put them all over here. This is a small stiff brush. I'm going to dip into my green and I'm going to draw some, what do you call these? Vines. Now this one still needs the chevron on the bottom, but that's okay. I'm going to do a vine going up, and I'm going to do one here going up, and I'm going to do one right here. And up here I'm going to do another. Guys, I'm going right through wet paint. Let me show y'all where I'm at, because then I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to jump off. But this is where we're at. Okay, we still have quite a ways to go. We're going to make it beautiful, but that's where I'm going to leave it for right now, and I will go work on that page for you guys. So my favorite, I'll tell you real quick, my favorite tools are Ryobi. They are a little bit pricier because they are cordless. But what I love is these batteries are all interchangeable, so as long as you buy like all the same line of Ryobi, you're good. So when I cut, sand, and drill, I have multiple batteries that I pop on and off, but I don't have any cords, which really helps. One of the things I kind of panic about, I will tell you, like, is what if I cut through a power cord while you're cutting your signs out? And so for me, that was something that always like really stressed me out and made me think, gosh, like I'm gonna end up killing myself, like cutting through a power cord. So for me, it was totally worth it to spend a little bit more and get the cordless. Guys, if you don't have it in your budget to buy these power tools right now, please, please, please hear me say this. A friend is going to have them. Someone you know is going to have a jigsaw that you can borrow. Someone you know is going to have a drill that you can borrow. A sanding block, one of those little sanding blocks from Home Depot, works just perfect. You don't have to have all the tools to get started. But what I would say is if you're wanting all the tools, Christmas is coming up. Friends, I am the queen of asking for power tools and home improvement tools for Christmas. Last year, I got a new vacuum. Yep, got a vacuum, which I was totally stoked about. My husband's like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, I want this vacuum. The year before, I got a paint sprayer, and I think I got the Ryobi nail gun. So it's like a brad nailer, so I could make pallets. So I have like all the Ryobis. So anyway, ask for it for Christmas. Like, start making your Christmas list. But in the meantime, to join us next week, borrow some tools. If you don't have them, post on Facebook. Hey friends, there's something I really want to do next week, but I need this and this. I need a jigsaw and I need a drill or a staple gun or a drill. You don't have to have both. And so just ask. I bet you have a friend that would let you borrow. All right, friends, I will see y'all back later. Have a fantastic day. I will drop that page in the comments whenever I get it made today with all of my favorite tools, products, and all of that in one place. And I hope that y'all have a fabulous day. Bye.